reorganization meeting of the Township Council is called to order. In accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, be advised that adequate notice of this reorganization meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, was made by the posting on the bulletin board at the municipal complex and transmitted to the officially designated newspapers a list of dates annually indicating that this reorganization meeting would take place at the Franklin Township Municipal Complex at 2:00 p.m. on Wednesday, January 1st, 2014. In addition, a copy of this notice has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be done by our Girl Scouts. As they come forward, they'll start.
Just stand, yeah. Do this. Over there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, our councilwoman and councilwoman to be Roz Sherman, you want to introduce our God Bless America singer?
I'm very proud to introduce Joyce Richardson-Mellick, who is a member of the Cultural Arts Council. She has a beautiful operatic voice, and she's going to sing God Bless America for us. Joyce.
God bless America, one that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, very beautiful. If anyone wants, we're following along on our agenda. They're over by where our clerk, Ms. McCarthy, usually sits, but she's over here just for a few moments. Feel free to get up. There's no being rude. You can get an agenda, follow along. If you ever want to know what's happening at the meeting, there usually are agendas on our website the weekend before, so you can look at it, look at all the resolutions, ordinances, and see what we're doing. So we are now at item number 5 on our agenda, administration of the oath of office, and we are extremely honored and the envy of the other 564 towns in New Jersey to have our latest U.S. Senator, Cory Booker, to do the administration of the oath of office for our 5 council persons. And our first one, oh, pardon me.
I was going to say, it's an honor to be here, and the first one is Ted.
Yeah, Dr. Ted Chase.
Dr. Ted Chase, forgive me. Theodore Chase. Okay, we're going to, do you have any family members who want to hold the Bible or anything? Yes. Okay. Okay.
Senator? Probably that's the best camera up there. You want to
So we're going to turn around. First rule of politics, know where the camera is. Okay, you're going to raise your right hand and put your left hand on the Bible. And repeat after me. I, Theodore Chase,
I, Theodore Chase,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the government established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
Councilman Ward 1
Councilman Ward 1
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Help me God.
Amen. All right. Congratulations. You're very welcome. And I understand that there is some signatures to be applied. Sir, it's not really official until you sign. Dr. Chase, may we get your... No, sir. Just your signature and your New Year's resolutions. And as he's signing, why don't we bring Rosalind Sherman up? And I see a little Bible holder there. Is that? We have a few other Bible holders. Come on up. And why don't we take our positions? I'm going to give. So one is holding the sun, and why don't one of you also hold the Bible? Okay. And I am going to stand over here. You're perfect. I want you to put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. And you're going to repeat after me again. Okay? I, Rosalind Sherman, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of Councilwoman Ward 2 according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations. I think we have a junior council person too here. He swore that oath too. Congratulations. And I'm going to ask you to come around here and sign as well. And while you are signing, Philip Kramer, council member Ward 3, can come forward. And of course, and why don't you grab the camera? Oh, you do it? Okay. This is what I call a true servant officer. And you have your own Bible. Yes, all right. A Bible and a Constitution. You're just one-upping the other council people there. All right. All right. You're going to repeat. You're going to put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Your left hand on the Bible and the Constitution. I, Philip Kramer,
I, Philip Kramer,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
Councilman Ward 3,
Councilman Ward 3,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Michael, sit down.
And you should come around here too and sign. And we have a pen coming to you. And while you are signing, we're going to bring up Carol Wright. Carl, sorry about that. I'm so busy looking for Mrs. Wright in my life. Carl, is your son here? He arrived. Okay, cool. Well, Carl's crew. Come on up, please.
The good-looking reinforcements.
Okay, why don't you all stand over here? Are you going to hold the Bible?
If I have to.
Come on, this is an honor. Why don't you all get over onto his left? Yes. What a beautiful crew here.
You want to pay for them?
I'm saving up for one of my own, God willing. All right, left hand on the Bible, raising your right hand. All right, and we're going to repeat this oath. I, Carl R. A. Wright,
I, Carl R. A. Wright,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duty of
Councilman Ward 4,
Councilman Ward 4
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, congratulations. Congratulations to everybody. You got to sign the. Congratulations. Now, was that Carl Jr.?
The second?
The second, excuse me.
Stab me in the back.
All right. And last and most certainly not least, James Vassanella, Council Member Ward 5, oh, right next to me. James, do you have somebody you would like to come up? And we're going to take that camera from you and take this gentleman here.
Yes, congratulations.
It's recording. Okay, excellent. Come on over. Why don't you stand a little bit clear of the podium so we can get your full body on camera? Stand a little bit over here. Now, which one of you is going to hold the Bible? We'll both hold the Bible. Okay, we'll lift it a little higher for him. Put your left hand on the Bible and put your right hand in the air, and we're going to say this oath. I, James Vassanella,
I, James Vassanella,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the government established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
Councilman Ward 5
Councilman Ward 5
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Tremendous, tremendous. Congratulations. All right, James, sign this. Mr. Mayor, thank you for that honor.
Oh, thank you, Senator. And if our 5 ward council people would like to come up and take a picture, if that's okay with our U.S. Senator.
Yes, I'd like to invite our congressman up here as well.
Okay. Congressman Rushholt, who's with us.
Thunder and back.
Yeah, we could all be here.
I don't want them in my shot.
Okay. So why don't we have starting off.
The years.
So why don't we put the I'm sorry, I sent him in, my friend. All right. You sent him as well. All right. Let's get the
Well,
council.
we can stand up.
Let's
They don't want us?
I think we should get a narrower shot, so why don't we all sit down, we'll sit behind you. We'll get 4 chairs up here, 5 chairs.
All the short people sit down. Yeah, all the short people sit down. All the short people sit down.
Right, we need 2, the lady definitely has to sit.
Put Roz in the middle. Yeah, put Roz in the middle. Roz, yeah, put Roz in the middle.
Okay.
Right.
Stuck away from the chair.
No, let's all squeeze in the middle.
Depends on, why don't you slide that chair out of the way, yeah.
Actually, this works.
This works.
This works better anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, good idea.
It's the first time the chairman's had their attention. First time they've been quiet. We're not talking.
All right, thank you, everybody, that's fantastic. All right, go to work.
I never noticed what it said.
Usually each meeting, I have a different mug every meeting, and I was asked if I have one today, and today I don't. It's mostly the day of our council people being sworn in, so I've a little plastic cup instead of something else today. And,
We have an empty seat?
oh, never mind, okay. Now we're at number
Thought we were gonna say
6
something.
on our agenda, the invocation, which will be given by Councilwoman Rosalind Sherman. Oh, yeah, please rise.
Let us all take the next few moments of silence to each seek in our own way whatever sources of inspiration will grant us the strength and power in our thoughts and decisions to be for the benefit of all people at all times. Amen.
Okay, so now we're item number 7, where we will have remarks from our newly sworn-in council people. And first will be Councilman Theodore Chase.
In the last 4 years, I've learned at least 2 things about being a councilman. One is that it takes a long time to get anything creative done, for good reasons. One of them being the other thing, which perhaps should be obvious, that you need the agreement and support of your fellow council people. You want to examine all the alternatives, to make adjustments, to make sure that what you're proposing is really the best choice. So I think our motto is study, plan, and then do things within the limits of what we can afford. Some examples are the 2 biggest things being done for the First Ward, things which are now, after 4 years, in engineering design, a replacement water line to Little Rocky Hill and playing fields at Catalpa Farm. For the water line, it was necessary not only to convince other council people of the need. The current line breaks regularly, doesn't provide enough pressure to take a shower upstairs, and provides no fire protection, but to examine alternative solutions and show that total replacement and connection to the township water system is the best solution. And I thank Councilman Kramer for his diligence in this respect. For Catalpa, we had a full study of our recreation needs, which showed that Franklin provides only half what a town of our size should have for recreation. In particular, we have very little in the way of playing fields in the First Ward. A previous council had bought Catalpa Farm with life tenancy to the Puchalics for eventual recreation, We now know that it's time to go ahead with developing recreational facilities there, though I still think it would be better to have the soccer fields at the Board of Education property on Claremont Avenue rather than right behind the houses on Magellan, if anybody from there is listening. The development of playing fields can be financed out of the Open Space Trust Fund. When it was originally passed by the voters, it included the development of recreational facilities. The town has purchased a lot of open space and the development rights to a lot of farmland. There are relatively few properties left now which we might acquire, and hopefully the state will be able to share the burden of this. We've been working for some 6 years on buying the Terhune Farm on Canal Road, and I hope that this will be completed this year. Two objectives I have for the coming year are ordinances: a water conservation ordinance to limit outside watering and conserve water, just in case we have a drought, and a stream corridor protection ordinance to close a loophole in our current ordinance. I've been working on the water conservation ordinance since before I was first elected and hope it will be introduced in January. I'm sure Councilman Kramer will speak about our fiscal responsibility, what we have done and will continue to do to balance our budget without using what is in effect our savings account, so I'll leave that to him. The council always operates in the very narrow space between what the taxpayers will accept in taxes and what township government must do to carry out its responsibilities. I always see it as being between the upper and lower millstone. Happily, we all work together well in this narrow space. Thank you.
Thank you. And now our second ward councilperson, Councilwoman Rosalind Sherman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to thank the Township of Franklin and the constituents of mine in the Second Ward for allowing me the privilege of serving again as the Second Ward Councilwoman. The past 4 years have been absolutely fantastic, an amazing growth period for me. There have been some wonderful things and there have been some very difficult decisions, but that's my job. That's what I make the big bucks for. But it's worked out very well, and I'm very, very happy to be back here again. I just wanted to say how grateful I am and to be able to continue to do my work for my constituents and for the township, and thank everyone for their support in what was a rather difficult election. There were some very negative things that were said about me, and I'm very grateful that my constituents understood that they were not true. And actually, I turned out to be the highest vote getter in this race. So thank you to all, and I'm looking forward to another 4 year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now the council member from the third ward, Councilman Phil Kramer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for featuring me prominently in your speech, but I will be not talking about fiscal responsibilities. That will come strongly later. This is actually a talk of thanks. Thank you to those who voted for me, to those who listened to me, even though they didn't vote for me, those who put up my signs, those who mailed letters to their friends, those who walked door to door with me, and those who went door to door on their own on my behalf. Gratifying were those who I did not call because I did not want to impose myself, yet when they got tired of waiting, called me to ask me how they could help. But as I said 4 years ago, the biggest thanks goes to my wife. Many people in this room will understand this, but unless you have been involved in something like this, you will have no idea of the time sacrifice that goes into running for office and being in office. For those of us on council who work, we go to work, we earn a living, and then at 5 or 6 we drive to Franklin, and then we get to work. All of that is easy for me because I love it, because this has been my goal, because I am fulfilled by it. But for my wife, it's different. Believe me, she's not impressed that I'm on council. She is more impressed when I hang a picture or put her windshield wipers on her car. So she has all of the sacrifice, but none of the reward. Yet she is always there for me and always understands if I can't be there. So if you are happy that I am on council and like what I've done, then you need to thank her. Finally, I'd like to thank all of you because public service is not only a great responsibility, it is a great honor. You have no idea how honored I am to represent you. So with that said, let's get to work.
And our council member from the 4th Ward, Councilman Carl Wright.
Hello, everyone, and to all my constituents out there, thank you very much for electing me councilman of the 4th Ward. Again, I have to appreciate that and appreciate you. Just a couple of things. I want to thank everybody for putting the wind in the sail to create the parks here in Franklin Township. They've been sitting around for a very long time, not doing anything but just growing weeds, and we put life to them. Middle Bush Park is a beautiful thing for our kids to go play in. Catapult is our first ward councilman spoke of. We're going down there next, and the thing about this that I like, it's on autopilot. And Councilman Chase used to come by and nudge me a little bit and say, when is Catapult on the schedule? What are we doing? And I used to come back and say, Councilman Chase, it's a done deal. It's on cruise control. And sometimes here in Franklin Township, too many things can be on cruise control. And as Councilman Kramer said, and he always reminds us, you got to work hard to make it work. And just like Councilman Kramer, I too have a job during the day. I bury dead folks for a living, by the way. I'm a funeral director. We come here, and I didn't mean to get into politics, but I did. I stumbled into it. And I hope the residents of the 4th Ward appreciate the work because I appreciate them. Two more things that I want to work on here in for my second term, so to speak. The transformation of Hamilton Street, along with Councilman Vassanella, who's at the other end, representing the 5th Ward, and also more affordable housing here in Franklin Township. Being that Somerset County is one of the highest expense living counties, here in Franklin Township, so too are we expensive also as far as housing is concerned. So I'm looking for more affordable housing here in Franklin to help everybody out. And with that, Mr. Mayor, I'm done.
Thank you. And our council member representing the 5th Ward, Councilman James Vassanella.
Thank you. I didn't prepare a long speech. I don't want to go down a laundry list of what we've done already. We've accomplished a lot the last 4 years. We've accomplished a lot in the last year. And it's great to reflect on it, but I think it was mentioned, the real work starts now. I do want to thank all the people who have helped my campaign. This past year was a very, very difficult year for many reasons. And you know who you are, and I thank you. And I look forward to serving. We've accomplished a lot, like I said, but we have a lot more to do. And I just want, if you could bear with me for one moment, I want to speak about our wards. We have 5 wards in this town. We have about almost 65,000 people. If you can bear with me for one moment, I just want to show you this. Obviously an old map, but it had, the borders are the same. That little bit you see blurred in, that's the 5th Ward. I don't know if we could see it out there on TV. We have a big town bordered by dozens of other towns, and we have the most densely populated ward in the 5th Ward. The needs of all of our wards are very different. But there's one common denominator. We all want to have the best possible quality of life we can for us, our families, our neighbors, our businesses, etc. And that is the one common denominator that if we all stick to, we can work together, staff, council, and most importantly, the residents and the citizens out there. And when we work from a common place, we will achieve great goals. And that's what I want to do for the 5th Ward and all of Franklin. So thank you so much. I'm honored to serve you again.
Okay, now that we have our existing council people still here and our new council people sworn in, Ms. McCarthy, our clerk, will you please call the roll of the council?
Councilman Chase.
Here.
Councilwoman Francois.
Here.
Councilman Kramer. Mayor Levine.
Here.
Councilman Prasad.
Here.
Councilman Regan.
Here.
Councilwoman Sherman.
Here.
Councilman Vasanella.
Here.
Councilman Wright.
Okay, we are all present. Thank you very much. So we're now at item number 9 on the agenda, public discussion per New Jersey law and what we would want to do anyway. Every meeting has a public discussion where people can come up and say anything on his or her mind, and this is the only time in the meeting you can do that. In this particular meeting, we ask you to keep it to 2 minutes per person. So, is there a motion to open the meeting for public discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Meeting is open for public discussion on any item of interest to the public. Anyone interested in speaking, please raise your hand.
Mr. Mayor, upon seeing no one coming forward, I make a motion to close the public session.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Thank you very much. Come back next meeting for public discussion. We're glad to hear what's on your mind. Yes, Councilman Wright.
In that long dissertation that I had,
Yes, sir.
do something.
Oh, go right ahead, sir. Microphone.
Over there, there's the wife, the daughter, the other daughter, and my son. I forgot to say hello. They're the ones actually behind me and saying whoosh. I'm over there. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so we are at item number 10 on the agenda, nomination for deputy mayor. It's a 1-year term from today, January 1st through December 31st, 2014. Is there a nomination for deputy mayor?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilwoman Sherman.
it is my privilege to put forward the name of Brian Regan for deputy mayor for the year 2014.
I'd like to second that nomination.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay, I'll take it that nominations are closed. Since there's no one else, all in favor of Councilman Brian Regan as deputy mayor by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Congratulations, deputy mayor. And as is appropriate, I will administer your oath of office. And Senator, if you'd like to help us out one more time, you could submit your bill for all the time you're giving us. That's certainly fine.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's good. Pointed out, dense population. Shoot.
Left hand on the Bible, right hand in the air. So great. And repeat after me. I, Brian G. Regan,
I, Brian G. Regan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
Deputy Mayor
Deputy Mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Why don't you sign your document? Make it official.
And then, after nothing's done till the paperwork, like you said, we'll have our remarks by Deputy Mayor Brian Regan.
Congratulations.
Senator Booker, Congressman Rush Holt, Assemblyman Upendra Shivakula, and Freeholder Peter Palmer, Mayor and council members, honored guests, family members, and township residents. A very happy new year to all of you, and my best wishes for a healthy and peaceful year. I want to thank my fellow council members for nominating and selecting me as deputy mayor. I will serve Franklin Township in the role of deputy mayor with honor and to the best of my ability. Senator Booker and Congressman Holt, thank you for attending our reorganization meeting and swearing in my fellow council members and myself. It is an honor to have you here celebrating this event with us. I know that all of us wish you the best in Washington, D.C., and that you will serve the state of New Jersey with honor and integrity. Janice, Caitlin, and Liam, I thank you for sharing this day with me and for all the support you have given me in my role as Franklin Township Councilman. I love you dearly. I want to thank the Franklin Township employees for their work and commitment in serving the residents of our township. You make us proud. To Bob Vornlocker and Anne Marie McCarthy, you deserve special credit, as you have to put up with us, 9 bosses at times, who believe you work directly for us and have only one boss. Your dedication, patience, and professionalism is greatly appreciated. To the residents of Franklin Township, I congratulate you and thank you for re-electing my peers to serve another 4 years. In our form of government, we are all equals, and in many ways, we are like a family, not a saintly family, but a real family. Those who watch our meetings know that we can disagree and argue with each other about policies and directions for the town. However, I know that all the council members care about this township and want to serve its residents to the best of their ability. Today, we celebrate the re-election of 5 ward council members. As I mentioned previously, they care deeply about this town and its future, and they bring a slice of their own personality to their role. Serving the first ward, we have Councilman Ted Chase, a man who brings great expertise in planning and land uses. When he offers an opinion, we listen. Serving the second ward, we have Councilwoman Raj Sherman, who just served this past year as our deputy mayor and served that role with grace. In these difficult times, Councilwoman Sherman did not lose sight of the soft aspects of our township and led the effort and took ownership to create the Cultural Arts Committee. Serving the third ward, we have Councilman Phil Kramer, who has many gifts he brings to our town and has been a leader in ensuring our financial stability in the town. It is a pleasure serving with him on the Financial Oversight Committee. And it's always hard to say it's a pleasure to serve on a Finance Committee. Serving the fourth ward, we have Councilman Carl Wright, who has brought a tremendous amount of energy to our town council. No meeting is boring with Carl in the room. He has demonstrated a great passion for our parks and recreation and serving the youth of our town. Finally, serving the fifth ward is Councilman James Vassanella, the longest-serving councilman on the council. Jimmy brings a great amount of energy and passion in serving the members of the fifth ward. I would be remiss if I didn't mention my thanks to Mayor Levine and to my fellow at-large council members, Councilman Rajiv Prasad and Councilwoman Kimberly Francois, who served this town with the same commitment and passion as our ward council members. This year, as in past years, the norm is now how to provide reasonable services for a reasonable cost. Though there are signs indicating the economy is improving, we know that there are a number of our residents that live on a day-to-day basis trying to make ends meet. I can assure you that we, the Town Council of 2014, will do our best to serve the residents and those who work here in Franklin Township to make Franklin a safe, affordable, and desirable community to work and to call home. God bless.
Thank you very much. Be an honor to serve with you this year. And we have a few distinguished guests in the room, though nothing personal. Any of us, our 63,000 residents are always distinguished guests, but we've got a couple others here today. Going to hear from, first, just a quick introduction to our neighboring mayor, Mayor Ed Zimmerman of Rocky Hill, who's also representing the New Jersey Conference of Mayors Executive Board and Somerset County governing officials, also Executive Board. Might have the terminology slightly wrong. Okay. And we'd like to hear from our freeholder, Peter Palmer. If you'd come up to the podium over this way.
Thank you very much to the mayor, deputy mayor, members of the council. It's always a pleasure to be here in Franklin Township. I'm a little surprised. Usually you run these from the top down, not from the bottom up, Brian, but if that's that's the way.
Change of pace today. Good observation.
Good. I certainly want to welcome Senator Booker to Somerset County. It's good to see Congressman Holt and Upendra here today, along with everyone else. As the largest municipality in Somerset County, Franklin Township is certainly very important to us. And I and my colleagues look forward to working with the mayor and council and township manager Bornlacher to do whatever we can in all of the various aspects that county government does. At any rate, thank you again, and Happy New Year.
And we have our Assemblyman, Upendra Shivakula, represents us in Trenton. He is a former Franklin councilman and mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. And on behalf of Senator Bob Smith and Assemblyman Joe Egan, I bring greetings from Trenton. And I want to wish all of you a very happy new year. And 2014, while it offers many challenges, it also provides us with opportunities. And I want to congratulate all the 5 newly elected council members, starting with Dr. Ted Chase, then you have Rosalind Sherman, and you have Phil Kramer, and Carl Wright, and Jim Vasanella. And I want to wish you all the best. I think how you're going to be balancing the budget in the next year, and we have our own challenges in the state level. And of course, Congress is dysfunctional. You're going to hear from the congressman. So we are going to, we're looking forward to a great 2014, and I wish you all the best. And public service is the ultimate thing. That it's a great honor and privilege to serve the Franklin Township residents as well as the state of New Jersey. Thank you, and God bless.
And representing Franklin Township in the United States Congress, always a pleasure to have our Congressman Rush Holt. And you remember, he's not a stranger here. He comes here, he's done town hall meetings, always good to us. Bring home the bacon, too, so appreciate it, Congressman.
Thank you, Mayor, council members, Senator Booker, Assemblyman and former member of council, Shivakula, freeholder. ladies and gentlemen, citizens and residents of Franklin. It is, as I hope you have observed, it is a pleasure and a privilege for me to represent the people of Franklin Township. I like getting here, I get here often, and I'm delighted to be here with you today. It's a ceremonial occasion in part to recognize and express appreciation for those who serve, who are willing to serve the people of the town, and especially to recognize and express appreciation for those who are newly sworn in today. And I'm delighted to be here to join you in that. It's also very much an opportunity to celebrate the good government of this town and to celebrate the idea of the government by the people, the people's self-government of this country, to celebrate the history of government in this country, and to remember the purpose of government here in the United States of America. It is noteworthy, in fact, you might even say miraculous, that the founders set about forming a more perfect union dedicated to preserving, extending and preserving opportunities and rights for people not like themselves. It was not just about preserving privilege. It was about extending opportunity and rights to all. And so at a time when we look around the world and see sham elections and indifferent governance in many places, it serves us well to remember the great gift that those founders bestowed on us, and that from the local level to the national level, people seek to preserve. So here in Franklin, and I should say from the national level to the local level, as we seek ratables and argue about increasing or cutting the spending, we must remember that those are not ends in themselves, that the end is to extend and preserve the rights and opportunities of this great country for all the people. Thank you.
And just on a, if I may, on a quick personal note, a little bit, after I became mayor, the congressman periodically will hold meetings with mayors in the various counties he represents, which is many, and Franklin was the only Somerset County town, so he generally offered me if I wanted to just meet with him, since I was the only Somerset County one, and I thought that was nice of him to give his time, but I said, no, I'll be in with your Middlesex County group, so you don't have to, but you've always been very kind and respectful to me. I certainly appreciate that, Congressman. Now, I don't know that I've ever seen a U.S. Senator in these chambers before. So I appreciate Senator Cory Booker, and I'm sure you've seen him a lot over time, I remember, and so you just yell at me if I'm saying something wrong. I remember as mayor of Newark, you had an interesting, it was a fun banter. I think it was Conan O'Brien where you banned him from Newark Airport publicly, or something that he had said. So we're honored to have Senator Cory Booker here also to address us.
It's great to be here, and it's great to be here along with my colleague from the Congress, my dear friend from the state, as well as county freeholder, and just really with all of you. I'm excited to be here, I must say, because this is how I started my career in politics. I was a city council person, and the issues of my dealings were, to some maybe seemed mundane, but whether it was getting street signs back in the central ward of Newark, which had been down, whether it was preserving green spaces, whether it was bike paths, whether it was public safety, whether it was cameras, all of these issues that you all are dealing with are the front lines of the United States democracy.
That's right.
This is what preserves the character and the culture of our communities. As a kid that grew up in a small town, Harrington Park, New Jersey, I am who I am because of the elders of that town that created such a special place for me to grow and thrive. So it is a deep honor to be here. And when you stand on the well of the Senate or walk the halls of Congress, in many ways, they are not rich and connected in the same way that the work that you do. There's a story that I've come to tell at a lot of such ceremonies that reminds us that this is not ceremonial, that there is purpose in this, and it is a story, as Congressman Halt said, that goes back to the earlier days of our nation. And this was a time, in fact, that our nation was truly split apart. It was during the Civil War when a great president who sits behind you now stood up and said, with malice towards none, with charity towards all, and gave that second inaugural address that we all know so well. But the point I want to bring you to in history is what happened afterwards when he went back to a crowded reception with many people seeking his attention. It was a friend of his that he sought out specifically to find out what he thought of his speech. And as he was going through the crowd, this man was lucky that he got in. He was invited, but as an African American, as a black man, he almost was held out from the presidential reception. But someone recognized who this man was and invited him in. And this man of regal stature humbly stood to the side as the president was beseeched to meet, I think historians say, with the governor of Rhode Island. And indeed, the president kept pushing people until he found his friend. And there he said to his friend, "Hey, I want to know what you thought of my speech." And this regal yet humble man said, "Mr. President, you should attend to your important guests." And the president said, "No, my friend, I need to know what you thought of my speech." And this would be the last time in history that these two men would ever speak. These two great Americans, the last time, because soon after, President Lincoln, as you know, would be killed, would be assassinated. And so in this last moment that these two living men would speak, the response that the African American man gave was this. Frederick Douglass looked at the President of the United States and said, "My friend, it was a sacred effort, a sacred effort." What you all do today, no matter what the public perception, is sacred. You are putting forth your effort to do, in a sense, what Lincoln was trying to do, to unite your community around common ideals and principles made manifest in those substantive things of life. There is a wonderful man named Emerson, who I paraphrase now, who said, "That only what you see, what you have within, that only what you have within can you see without. If you see no angels, it's because you harbor none." Each and every one of you listening to you there sees the importance, the urgency, the angelic nature of everyone. You see this job as sacred, and you put forth great struggle. You're not doing this for the money. You're not doing it because you have to endure the insults of others who don't understand you. You're not doing it because you don't have lots of other things to do. Heck, Carl, your job as a funeral director, you are the last person to let anyone down. Think about that for a second. Job of a mortician. Last person to let you down. Sorry, guys. But what's beautiful about you all, and I heard it today, is that love you bring to the work that you do. It's that love that has sustained our country through difficult times. It's the love of leaders like you that will endure an incredible future. Thank you very much.
Senator, thank you so much. We are now at item number 11 on our agenda, where we start making some of our appointments for this day. I guess we'll take these individually, and later on we can group some together. So the first one is nomination for the Township Attorney for a one-year term, ending December 31st, 2014.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilman Kramer.
I'd like to nominate Louis N. Ranone for the position of Township Attorney.
I'll second that.
Okay, are there any other nominations? Okay, I'll take it that nominations are closed. None others. All in favor of Mr. Renone by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Mr. Renone, welcome for your return.
I, Louis N. Renone,
I, Louis N.
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. And
Yeah,
that I will
but then
faithfully
we're talking about the
impartially,
judge.
and
So
justly
let's do the judge first, if
all
it's
the
okay.
duties of Township Attorney according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
It's here. It's here. Okay, let's do it. Here, text the others.
Where'd our mayor go?
I don't know, they're going outside. Say goodbye.
I believe our mayor is giving his regards to our officials and will be returned in a moment.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move the judge nomination up front
Oh, to now?
because it affects the others, the
Okay.
prosecutor and everything.
Okay, do you want, now, do you want, do
It doesn't matter, it's still going on the list.
you want to do
It's there.
Township Attorney, Counsel?
Yeah, so we do that first, ahead of the other. Oh, okay.
We don't have to do it
Yeah,
first.
no, that's fine.
We don't
That's
have to do it
fine.
first.
It's
Just
right
keep on
over.
going?
Just right now, keep
Just
going,
keep
that's
on
good.
Yes.
All right, that just technical questions there. Okay, so next we have item 11B, nomination for our litigation tax attorney for the year of 2014. Do we have a nomination for that position?
Mr. Mayor, I'd
Yes,
like to
Councilman Chase?
nominate Richard Raffagnello for litigation and tax appeals attorney.
Okay. Richard Raffanello. Any,
Seconded.
Raffanella? Raffanello, sorry. Are there any other nominations?
Nope.
No, okay, I'll take it nominations are closed. Okay, all in favor of Mr. Raffanello by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion is carried. Congratulations, Mr. Raffanello, and we'll give him our regards. Thank you very much, and most of these our clerk, Ms. McCarthy, will swear in at a later date. Okay, so now we have item 11C, which is our bond counsel for the year 2014. Are there nominations for this position?
Carl Wright is outside.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate Everett Johnson for bond
Seconded.
counsel.
Okay, Councilman Francois Everett Johnson. Any other nominations? Okay, I'll take it. Nominations are closed. All in favor of Mr. Johnson by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Congratulations, welcome back, Mr. Johnson, and we'll be seeing your good work again. Next, we've got 11D, our Township Auditor for the year 2014. Are there nominations for this position?
Yes, Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Fasenella.
I would nominate John Luria.
Seconded.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? I'll take it. Nominations are closed. All in favor by acclamation, please say aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Thank you very much. Now we have item 11E, our municipal judge. This is a 3-year term. The others were 1 year. for January 14th through December 31st, 2016. Are there nominations for our municipal judge? And I'll just say, our Judge Ronald Wright, who did a stellar, exemplary job, is retiring, so that leaves the spot open. So nominations for judge.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate
Councilman Prasad.
Hector Rodriguez for municipal judge.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, who is one of our prosecutors currently.
Second.
Okay, other nominations?
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman
I'd like to
Regan.
put forth the name of Michael Fedun, please.
Michael Dunn, who's also one of our prosecutors. Are there any other nominations? Okay, I'll take it. Nominations are closed. Okay, one quick second.
Always call.
Sorry, technical
Carl?
parliament.
Yes.
Carl?
I second the Dunn nomination. Is that what we're waiting for?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, I'm
Getting
sorry.
but thanks. I was getting a technical parliamentary report from our attorney, Mr. Raynone. Okay, so, Ms. McCarthy, please poll the council, and we will vote for either Mr. Rodriguez or Mr. Fedun for the 3-year term of judge.
Councilman Chase,
Fedun.
Councilwoman Francois,
Rodriguez.
Councilman Kramer,
Fedun.
Mayor Levine,
They're both good gentlemen. I'm going to vote for Mr. Rodriguez.
Councilman Prasad,
Rodriguez?
Deputy Mayor Regan,
Michael Fedun.
Councilwoman Sherman,
Mr. Fedun.
Councilman Vasanella,
Mr. Rodriguez.
Councilman Wright.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Okay. By majority, it's Mr. Rodriguez will be our municipal judge. Thank you to both gentlemen for wanting to serve our town in this capacity, and our clerk will do our swearing in at the appropriate time. So thank you very much for that. So now we come to our town prosecutor. So there is a township prosecutor, an associate prosecutor. They actually do very similar items. Then 2 alternate prosecutors. I guess if the others can't make it or conflicts such as that. So I'll take these one at a time. And Mr. Rodriguez was our township prosecutor. So it's item F, nomination for the township prosecutor, 1-year term of 2014. Are there nominations for this position?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate Michael Fedun for Township Prosecutor.
Seconded.
Okay, Michael Fedun. Any other nominations? Okay, I'll take it. Nominations are closed. All in favor of Mr. Fedun by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Thank you, Mr. Fedun. Thanks for coming back to us. Congratulations, and moving a little up in the process. So next we have item G, nomination for associate prosecutor for the year 2014. Are there nominations for this position?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like,
Councilman
James Keys.
I'd like to nominate
Councilman Francois?
James Key for Associate Prosecutor.
Seconded.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to
What?
nominate Mr. Scar for that position. Not his first name.
I thought he was Associate.
Okay.
No, wait a minute.
I'm sorry, I was leaning over to get my parliamentary points here. Okay, so Arthur Scar, is that
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois? Who's? Arthur.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and are there other nominations? I'll put one in myself. I'll put in Robert Troutman for our associate prosecutor. And this one, I'll get another parliamentary point from our attorney. Does the winner just need the most votes, or do they have to have 5, which is majority of council?
Well, they need to have 5 votes.
Okay,
There doesn't need to be a second, though.
okay. So if there's, seconds, we do that just because you don't really need it. So the winner has, if no one has 5 votes, we may drop one and do.
Well, then you have to do them separately. Yeah, you have to do, I mean, you do them all together, but you would have to do them, you'd have to take a vote on each one of them separately, and the first one to get 5 votes would be the one. But if you do them all together and somebody gets 5 votes, it's the same way.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask, correct me if I'm doing anything a little off.
Carter?
Ask our clerk, Ms. McCarthy, to poll us, and we'll say James Key, Arthur Scar, Robert Troutman. And if no one gets 5 votes, we can try it again. We can drop the lowest and do it again, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay, so if no other nominations, if we're ready. Ms. McCarthy, please poll the council on Associate Prosecutor for the year 2014, please.
Councilman Chase,
Arthur Scar.
Councilwoman Francois, Councilman Kramer,
Scar.
Mayor Levine,
Robert Troutman.
Councilman Prasad,
Scar.
Deputy Mayor Regan,
Scar.
Councilwoman Sherman,
Scar.
Councilman Vasanella,
Mr. Scar.
Councilman Wright.
Scar.
Okay, so Mr. Scar is our Associate Prosecutor. Congratulations. Thank you very much. We look forward to the good work you'll do for our town. And now we have two alternate prosecutors for the year 2014. Are there nominations for these positions?
Yeah, Keys. Yeah,
Count-
go ahead.
Okay,
Councilwoman Francois?
James Key and Doug Singletary.
No.
I'm sorry, my mic wasn't on. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate James Key and Doug Singletary as the 2 alternate prosecutors.
Okay, James Key and Douglas Singletary. Any other nominations? Okay. If none others, since there's 2 positions, all in favor of both of these gentlemen by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Congratulations to both. And the final under number 11 is 11I, Public Defender. Is there a nomination for the 2014 Public Defender?
Mr. Mayor, I nominate.
Councilwoman Sherman?
Do you want to do it?
So, nominate Dennis Auciello, our President Public Defender.
Second.
Okay, Dennis Auciello, who served us for a good number of years. Any other nominations for Public Defender? If not, I'll take it nominations are closed. All in favor of Mr. Auciello by acclamation, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained? Motion is carried. Thank you again, Mr. Auciello. Okay, so now we have item 12, 2014 reappointment of members to various boards, committees, and commissions. And we've got let's see, 13, 15 of them, I think, of various people. If someone wants to make the nomination for them in one
So moved.
fell swoop, we could. Okay, do you want to read them so we know who we are? Do you have a listing?
They're listed in the resolution, Mayor?
Yes.
They're listed in the resolution, Mayor.
Okay, oh, no, we're listing the resolution?
Yes, they are, Mayor.
Okay, so moving the resolution?
And
Yes,
move that
moving
second.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for these positions? Okay, if not,
Councilman Chase.
oh, I'm sorry, pardon me, Councilman,
I
please.
just want to make the point, and I think the clerk already has this, that for the Human Relations Commission, it should be Shirin Puschi and not Susie Ismail.
Yes,
It's just a bit
I made the change.
Confusion there.
All right, thank you for the clarification. Any others for item number 13? Okay, so, all in,
The resolution.
It's a
it's a
resolution.
resolution, so I should have a
Actually,
roll
do
call.
a roll call, please.
Okay, so thank you for that. Okay, so we're going to have a roll call on item 13. A yes vote is for all the people, as nominated by Councilman Prasad and seconded, and a no is not for them. So Ms. McCarthy, please poll the council on item 13 resolution.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Kramer?
Yes.
Mayor Levine?
Yes.
Councilman Prasad?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Regan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sherman?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Okay, motion is carried. Next, we have item 14, mayoral appointments for the year 2014. I'll do these. If you don't have any of the resumes, I'll forward them to everyone, certainly out of courtesy. So for,
It's your appointment anyway.
yeah. So on item A, Library Board of Trustees, unexpired 5-year term, ending December 31st, 2015, is Andrew Dars. He's served on our Housing Authority before and various things around town. B, Appointment Library Board, 5-year term, ending December 31st, 2018, reappointing Damian Summerer. He's a firefighter in town and has done a lot around here. I think maybe on the rescue squad also. C, Acknowledged Service Board of Trustees or appoint designee. I'm going to take that myself again for now, though I may consider a designee later on. And D, Acknowledged Service as Class 1 Planning Board member or appoint designee for the 1-year term, December 31st, 2014. I'm going to reappoint Robert LaCourte to that position on our Planning Board, and again, appreciate the service from all of these people. So next we have item number 15, boards, committees, and commission liaisons. Appoint the 2014 council liaison representatives to boards, commissions, committees. That's on our resolution, isn't it?
Yes.
We've got that in there, okay.
You look at Bob LaCourte, okay.
Okay, so, that's item 15. Someone want to move that resolution?
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any changes, suggestions, et cetera? Okay. Ms. McCarthy, please poll the council on item 15, resolution 14-2, appointment of 2014 council liaison representatives to boards, commissions, and committees, please.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Kramer?
Yes.
Mayor Levine?
Yes.
Councilman Prasad?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Regan? Councilwoman Sherman?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Okay, motion is carried. Thank you very much. So now we have item number 16, which is the last of our appointments. After that, we'll have a few other resolutions. This is the standing committees of council, council members being appointed to them. They are the Administrative Committee, Financial Oversight Committee, Public Safety Committee, Land Use, Open Space, Parks and Recreation Committee, and the Public Works Committee. So we could take these one at a time, or just make nominations and you'll vote it down the line.
Ross,
You think it's easier?
One
to
at a
take
time.
Okay.
One at a time.
It'd be a big matrix, okay.
Yep.
take them?
All right, so let's take item 16A, Administration Standing Committee. And each of these, let's see, all 4 have 4 council members. So are there nominations for the Administration Committee?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate
Councilman Francois?
Kramer, Francois, Sherman, and Prasad.
Okay, Councilman Kramer, Kimberly Francois,
Sherman and Prasad.
Raj Sherman, and Rajiv Prasad. Any others?
Seconded.
Okay. And I'll nominate myself on that one, too, which I stated publicly at a last meeting that I was interested in that. Okay. So, Madam Clerk, please poll the council, and we could name up to 4 people.
Councilman Chase?
Oh. Kramer, Francois, Sherman, and Prasad.
Can I do the coaching next time? Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
Councilwoman Francois?
Kramer, Francois, Sherman, Prasad.
Councilman Kramer?
Kramer, Francois, Sherman, and Prasad.
Mayor Levine?
Just Brian Levine.
Councilman Prasad?
Kramer, Francois, Prasad, Sherman.
Deputy Mayor Regan?
Kramer, Prasad, Francois, and Sherman.
Councilwoman Sherman?
Francois, Prasad, Sherman, and Kramer.
Councilman Vasanella?
Prasad, Francois, Sherman, and Kramer.
Councilman Wright?
What the fourth ward, I mean, what the fifth ward councilman said.
Okay. So the members are Councilman Kramer, Francois, Sherman, council people, and Prasad. And just for clarification, at the last meeting, when I suggested that things are done here in a partisan manner, this is after the meeting off the record, one of the council people said to me, if that's what you think, F you, unless he didn't say F, he said the full word. So I think I'm going to come back and say, okay, I'm standing by what I said, because I said this publicly. I would like this. I think it's ridiculous the mayor's not on administration. And obviously, everyone gets together. You're allowed to do that in your caucus and decide how that goes. But we're kind of setting up the lines once more for partisan council. This wasn't discussed. So, all right, if that's how we do it, you may see my changes through the year also, but I'll certainly let you know about that when we're doing it. Okay, so next we have nominations for Financial Oversight Committee.
Mr. Mayor, could I just make a comment?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I was just going to make the nominations and then kind of follow with a comment.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
for
Councilman-
financial oversight,
Deputy Mayor Regan.
Phil Kramer, myself, Carl Wright, and you, Mr. Mayor. Clearly, that's not a partisan vote. We have included you all years on the Finance Oversight Committee. In addition, you have been put on. You've also been nominated in previous years and placed on the Public Works. So say what you want, but the reality is in the facts and the data that you get nominated and appointed to committees.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Prasad?
Mr. Mayor, financial oversight and admin used to be together.
Right.
And
yeah.
even now, we try to keep some communication going between the two, so we have one member that serves on both the boards. Now, to have two people, and we'd be glad to consider you in future for being that one board member, but to have two people defeats the purpose of splitting the financial oversight from the admin, because nothing was getting done on the admin side, and people's reviews, et cetera, weren't happening, and the time wasn't there, and it was a division of labor that we could better serve the people of Franklin and be more efficient, and that's why we split it, and that was when I was deputy mayor. And that was the purpose of it, was to divide up the workload and deliver better results for the Franklin Township residents. That was the purpose of it. Now, to have two people from both financial oversight as well as admin defeats the purpose. So we might as well combine the two again and get nothing done. So that defeats the purpose, and that is the purpose of it. But surely, we would be glad to consider you in the future for being that one member that serves on both the boards.
All right.
And that is nonpartisan.
Well put and well taken, Councilman. Thank you very much. Appreciate your input on that one, and I see what you're saying. Okay, if nothing else, any other nominations? Okay, all in favor of these four for financial oversight, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. Okay, thank you very much. So next we have public safety nominations.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman
I'm sorry.
Sherman, please.
I nominate Brian Regan, myself, Rosalind Sherman, James Vasanella, and Carl Wright.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay. All in favor of these four for this committee, please say aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, motion is carried. So next we have land use, open space, parks, and recreation. Is there nominations for these?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilwoman Francois?
I'd like to nominate Wright, Prasad, Chase, and Vasanella.
Okay. Okay.
Second.
Okay, anyone, any other nominations?
Mr. Mayor, oh,
Yes,
I'm
Council-
sorry, Councilman.
I nominate Councilman Kramer in addition.
Okay.
I decline.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay, so we just have 4?
Yep.
All right. Okay, all in favor of these 4, by acclamation, please say aye.
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 Opposed, abstain. Motion is carried. Just my quick interjection on Public Works. I was on that before, and I said if anyone wants it, they can certainly have it. I don't want to be the slacker to only have one committee, so if someone certainly wants it, I will. If not, I would
Mayor?
take
Mayor?
that. So it's our-
Mr. Mayor, if you indeed do wish to step off of Public Works, I would like to nominate Councilman Kramer.
Okay. Okay, and are there other nominations for the other 3? Or-
So are you,
No, only Bill Kramer. That was the only name given.
No.
So,
Well,
Public Works?
Otherwise, it would be myself, Councilwoman Sherman, and Councilman Vasanella.
And Mayor.
So Vasanella, Kramer, Prasad, and Dr. Chase?
No,
No?
Public Works is Phil Kramer,
Kramer,
Right.
Ted Chase, Ross
Chase.
Sherman,
Ross.
James Vasanel.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
No,
that's
yes,
4?
yes.
Let's see.
The existing committee, if I could please, Mayor, was
Yeah.
Councilman Chase, Councilwoman
Sherman.
Sherman, myself, and you, Mayor.
Okay.
And just to be sure, you do want to step off that committee for this, at this time?
Well, actually, I thought I'd be on a different one. That's why I was saying if someone really wanted it. Oh, boy.
Well, someone really does want it, so I've made that nomination.
Okay. All right. So I'll occupy myself in other areas. Any other nominations? Okay. All in favor of these 4, by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, motion is carried. Okay, so that populates our standing committees. And then we have our consent agenda. These are items we generally do on the first of the year, 17A through F. It's to authorize the 2014 depositories where we deposit our money, 2014 special depositories, adopt 2014 cash management plan, appoint Joyce Miller as Public Agency Compliance Officer for 2014, fix the rate of interest to be charged on delinquent taxes or assessments, and final, transfers funds for calendar year 2013. And those are A through F, 17. So is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Seconded.
Okay, moved and seconded, I'll take. Ms. McCarthy, please poll the council on the consent agenda.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Kramer?
Yes.
Mayor Levine?
Yes.
Councilman Prasad?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Regan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sherman?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Okay, motion is carried. There being nothing else on our agenda, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion is carried. We are adjourned. Thank you.